Hey guys, before we start, I have a small request. I spend hours digging up these true horror stories just for you, so please stick around and watch till the very end. Trust me, the story only gets more twisted as it goes. I'm trying to build a loyal family of horror story lovers, so if you enjoy these creepy tales, hit subscribe, turn on the bell, and join me. The deeper we go, the darker the twists, and I promise you won't want to miss a single one. It was raining again. The kind of rain that made the streets shimmer like black glass, each puddle reflecting a sky too gray to be real. Inside my house, every drop sounded louder than it should, hammering against the roof, the windows, even the walls, as though someone or something was tapping insistently. I was alone, or at least I thought I was. The hallway stretched before me, dim and narrow, shadows twisted along the walls, bending into shapes my mind wasn't ready to interpret. I walked slowly, trying to convince myself it was just the storm, just a trick of the dim light and my tired eyes. The living room lamp flickered, though I had turned it off hours ago. I shook my head. The storm was clever, that was all. I went to check the fuse box near the kitchen, footsteps silent on the wooden floor. Then I heard it, a soft, deliberate thud behind me. My heart jumped. Footsteps? No, my mind argued. It had to be the floor settling, or the wind, or the storm. Another thud followed. This one was heavier, slower, deliberate, and it matched the rhythm of my heartbeat. I spun around. Nothing. Just the empty hallway, stretching longer than it should, shadows leaning into corners as though listening. I tried to laugh, but it came out hollow. I told myself I was imagining things. I must be. Back in the kitchen, I poured myself a glass of water to steady my shaking hands. The cup trembled slightly. That's when I noticed it. The back door, locked this morning, was slightly ajar. I hadn't touched it. A chill ran down my spine. A whisper brushed my ear, soft and deliberate. "Why are you in here?" I froze. My lungs refused to draw a full breath. My mind screamed for logic, but logic didn't answer. The voice had weight to it, an almost physical pressure pressing against my chest. I backed into the hallway, my ears straining for anything, my eyes darting to every corner. Shadows pooled along the walls, thickening unnaturally, curling like dark fingers reaching out. The storm outside sounded distant now, muffled, as if I were underwater. Footsteps echoed again, following mine exactly. I stopped. So did they. A door upstairs slammed. I hadn't touched any doors. My pulse spiked, my stomach twisted. I tried to convince myself it was the wind, the storm, anything rational, but the house didn't sound empty anymore. It was waiting, aware. I moved cautiously toward the living room to grab my phone. The rain continued its relentless hammering, but inside something else had begun. A quiet, wet scraping dragging across the floor behind me. I froze. Nothing moved, yet the sound persisted, shifting closer. I glanced at the window. My reflection was there, but slightly off. I raised my hand, and the reflection hesitated a heartbeat too long before mimicking me. My stomach churned. I looked away, trying to convince myself it was a trick of the dim light. In the living room, a chair had been moved. I hadn't touched it. I knelt to push it back into place. The floor groaned beneath me, vibrating deep in my chest. Another scraping sound followed, closer this time, like something crawling. I jumped to my feet. The shadows stretched toward me, pooling against the corners, reaching patient, deliberate. I ran to my bedroom, slamming the door. My heart pounded in my ears. Every sound magnified, the creak of the floorboards, the drip of rain, the faint scratch of something moving. I sank against the door, trying to steady my breathing. The lights flickered once, twice, and then went out. Darkness pressed in from all sides, heavy, suffocating. A whisper came from beneath the door. "I've been waiting for you." I wanted to scream, to run, but I couldn't. I felt trapped. My own house, my sanctuary, now seemed like a cage. Time lost meaning. Minutes stretched to hours, or maybe hours had passed and I didn't notice. Every creak, every thud, every whisper was amplified, deliberate, taunting. I noticed my reflection in the window again. Only this time, it moved differently. Its eyes, they weren't reflecting me. They were watching, waiting. I turned my head quickly. Empty room. I tried to laugh. That didn't come out either. The storm outside slowed, the rain easing into a soft patter. For a moment, relief washed over me. Perhaps the worst was over. Perhaps I had imagined everything. But then I saw the footprints. Muddy, thick, leading from the front door, across the hallway, and all the way to my bed. My legs went cold. I hadn't made them. I hadn't moved. Yet there they were. A shadow shifted in the corner of my room. Not fully visible, not entirely formed, but I could feel it, a weight pressing into the air, bending the light, patient, deliberate. I wanted to run, but my legs refused to respond. The whisper came again, barely audible, carried by the last of the storm. You're never truly alone. I realized then that the storm hadn't brought it in. It had only woken it. And it had been here all along, waiting for a night when I was alone enough to notice. I didn't sleep that night. I didn't move. I sat, listening to the quiet breathing of the house, trying to convince myself I was safe, while knowing deep down that whatever had been watching was still watching, patient, waiting for the next rain. Alright guys, that's it for today. If you enjoyed this story, don't forget to tell me in the comments what you think and what type of stories you want to hear next. And make sure to subscribe to join our horror-loving family. Have a great day, and as always, Whispery Tales out.